conferences like this, and you all know there's a lot of fun to be had, right? A lot of classes, a lot of going to after hours programs and yelling and screaming. Last night we did bowling, and so in bowling, because I can't bowl that well, but I know how to talk a lot of junk, money, just yelling my butt off, all right? Rock that. I think I scored about 56, but you wouldn't be able to tell by the way I was talking trash, all right? Rock that. Everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the annual diversity meeting of the Professional Photographers of America and Multicultural Association of Professional Photographers. Give yourselves a round of applause, please. Rock that. And so what is very significant about today, as we get ready to go through this, is that we are holding annual diversity meetings on Martin Luther King Day, which is significant, right? And all of us know what that means. Maybe, I don't know, maybe all of us don't know what that means. We got a couple Caucasian brothers and sisters in the room. But to let you all know, that was a joke. Y'all can laugh.
Can you show us which one of us are white?
Rock that. To let you all know the significance of today, Martin Luther King was a trailblazer for the civil rights movement, and one of the things that he believed is that a person was not an island unto themselves, right? And so here at the Multicultural Association of Professional Photographers and PPA, one of the ways that we really believe in growth is not for us to be all one anything. Does that make sense, right? The only way to truly be able to serve people authentically and to do it with a great sense of passion and grow and be well-rounded is to get outside of your comfort zone. Somebody say comfort zone, right? And so we tend to dwell amongst people we know and folk we look like, right? Because we're comfortable there, right? We know us. Is that true, right? But you find that there could be a great deal of innovation that can take place when you start to get with people who don't look like you or come from where you come from. And it causes you to have to learn who they are. And the more you do that, the more our differences disappear and our commonalities come into play. Does that make sense? Right? And so I want to let you all know this up front. We have people of all nationalities in the room, and we have some Caucasian folk in the room that have been really passionate about wanting to see diversity as a part of the PPA. The PPA is 150 years old this year, right? And they have been all white for 150 years, okay? And so for the last 4 years, I have been working hard on this project, right? And they have opened up the door. They've opened it wide open. Have they done everything perfectly? Absolutely not. But their heart is absolutely pure and wanting to see diversity and inclusion within the professional photographers of America, right? And so real quick, I want to introduce one guy. His name is Troy Schroeder. Stand up, Troy. He is the, yes. They're clapping for your jacket, dude. Yeah. Rock that. Rock that. Troy will tell you, Troy is from Iowa. He will tell you he is the whitest white dude you will ever meet, right? But Troy absolutely loves people, right? Troy has a heart for people. And during the Rock That Photography conference that we did a social good for homeless people. And Troy, outside of his studio in Ohio, will collect coats. Troy will take trips and pack his truck to go feed homeless folk on the street, no matter what they look like, right? And so Troy, what did I say?
You said Ohio.
Did I say Ohio? Iowa. Right? Rock that. It's an I and an O in both of them. All right? I'm sorry, man.
It's okay.
I love
I'm not
you.
Easily offended.
Yes, cool. Rock that. And so he headed up outreach for us at Rock That. And we fed a lot of homeless folk and made a lot of care packs, right? And so the point that I want you to make, also, I want this guy to stand up. His name is Joseph Yoxik, right? Woo! Joseph, he's the bouncer for the organization. No. Joseph is one of our vice presidents, right? And so I love people. I don't care what color you are. I am keenly aware of who I am, right? The race that I am, where I come from. I've experienced a great deal of racism in my life, but I choose not to let it define my actions going forward, right? Does that make sense? Right? And so as we go through this presentation, you will kind of see the spirit of what we're about, and that's what we want to introduce to you today and talk about what's been done, what we're going to do. All right? Also, today, we have a panel. We're going to do a panel discussion, and you all should have been handed out little rips of paper, right? And so, where it concerns diversity, or if you have a question about what that looks like here at PPA or Imaging USA. Yes, ma'am.
No, I'm trying to flag over.
You're trying to what?
Flag over if you favor.
Oh, okay, rock that.
I'm
Does
white, I need to
anyone need a What'd you say?
I said I'm white, I need to participate.
Yeah, you said, busting up our progress, always the man. Go interrupt the black man while he talking. I'm talking stuff, money. Rock that. Rock that. So listen, we have a panel, and so if you have any questions, we want you to write those down, hand them forward, and what we're going to do is the last half of this, we're going to have a panel discussion, right? And we want to be authentic in how we answer questions, and we want to continue the conversation. Is that all right? Right? And so things go forward because of conversation, understanding, right, and putting things in place. Is that okay? So now I want you all to understand, all right? I don't know what anybody's experiences in here are, right? This is not the place for you to vent all of those, all right? We're not going back to Selma, Alabama today, all right? Rock that. I'm for real, right? Like, let's not, please, right? But we do want to answer questions that concern you, maybe your photography career, your place in PPA, the things that they got going forward, right? And even if there's some things we can't answer, what we need to put on our plate, right? To get some things answered. Does that make sense? Yes. Money, rock that. Bring the pain, yo. Somebody say rock that. All right, so listen, I want to introduce our panelists before I jump into our presentation. So, ladies and gentlemen, this dude right here, oh my God. Oh my God, he can get up and say hello and then we can just all leave and go home. We have, as one of our panelists, this is Adobe's Worldwide Design and Photography Evangelist, right? He is from Detroit, great friend. He lives now in Georgia right now. Terry White, right? Give him a big round of applause. Yeah. Rock that. Yes, go ahead, you can wave some more. No, I'm joking, right? Next to him, and let me tell you all something, these are people I unbelievably respect and have paved the way for me, okay? And so Terry was doing this before I started my career, and when I started my career, he's the reason I kept going. So I want to let you all know that. There are a lot of people in here that probably heard that 30 times already, all right? The young lady next to him, she started her career long before me, and as a black woman in the industry was speaking at high levels and performing at high levels and making money at high levels as a black woman in a photography industry that wasn't ready to accept her, right? And so I have a great deal of respect for this woman because she's still here, right? Even before I started, she's still here, and that is Audrey Wooler. Yeah. Money. Rock that. And I already introduced this guy. We're going to have him stand up again. You can tell by his flavor and his style. Money, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, yo? This is my homeboy. He is the chairperson, and we'll talk about this a little bit, but he is chairperson of Speaker Selection Committee for Imaging USA. I am his co-chair. Once again, give it up for Troy Schroeder. Rock that. And this guy is an unbelievable guy. I met him, we had a chance to talk in New Orleans, right? And we did some speaking in New Orleans. And I want you to get up and say your name, because it's just the way you
It's
talk.
a hard one to announce, right?
Go ahead, say it. Go ahead.
So it's Ronan. So Ron and put it together, Ronan. So I'm all the way from the Emerald Isle, that little island in Ireland. So so we've had our issues there over the years too. When we were part of the British Empire and stuff like that. And then we had our issues when we came to New York. In the early 1900s and late 1800s. So and today Ireland is the fastest booming economy in Europe right now. And for the first time ever, 17% of our population was not born in the country. So, you know, so diversity is something that everyone has to address and deal with. But the people who are coming in are bringing in new ideas, new thoughts, new ways of doing things, and blending all of that with what's there already is what drives innovation. And Ireland, that's why we're the fastest growing economy right now. So, that's my opinion.
Ronan is owner of 3XM, and so you can actually see him on the trade show floor. All right, go check him out. I just love the way he sounds when he talks. If you're like, Sean, what's going on? You're like, say that again. All right, so listen, before we jump off into this panel, you guys start thinking of questions, please write them down. We'll ask you to start passing them maybe to the side, and we'll have Amber or Joe or somebody start to pick those up. Is that okay? What I'm getting ready to do now is kind of go through what we're a year old this year. We started at Imaging USA 2018, right? Rock that. We are 1 year old, right? Money, rock that. All right? And so, once again, on Martin Luther King Day, life's most persistent and urgent question. This is a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? This is the premise behind the Multicultural Association of Professional Photographers. This was our launch. We did it in April of 2018, and we partnered with Apple, and we did it at the Apple Store. Money was the hottest stuff on the planet, all right? And so what I would like for you all to do is, I'm going to show this short video, and then I'll be right back up. Is that cool? Rock that. We have the opportunity here to partner with the Apple Store and to launch the Multicultural Association of Professional Photographers, right? This is the hottest stuff on the planet. I don't know if you all are ready. I'm a black man. Y'all probably figured that out by now. This is not makeup making me look like this, right? I am a black man, but we are the Multicultural Association of Photographers. And so my job and what I am tasked with to do is to provide a platform for multinationalities. We are sincere in wanting to really serve people. We are community driven and community based. The biggest thing that I see, I tell people, go out there and get it. You can knock this out of the park. This will be the hottest stuff in the world. It is not the skill set. They have a great skill set. You know what it is? They discount themselves. Most people will look at themselves and they will look at everybody else and they will say, I am not worthy. That is our biggest issue. And so it is our cause to surround you with a community. You don't need just skill set to be successful in photography. So we want to surround you with a community of people that love you, right? No matter where you come from, and will challenge you to be better. Rock that. Close your eyes. Rock that. We're going to shoot it. Look at that right there, one. Bring the pain. They ain't ready for it. What'd that say? That say F8. All right, rock that. We are the second ever national affiliate of the PPA, which means that as the Multicultural Association of Professional Photographers, we can get members throughout the nation, and we are not limited by our borders. Money, that's the hottest stuff on the planet. We are the first minority-run affiliate, right, that is a national affiliate. That has never, ever been done before within the PPA. It is a 150-year-old organization, and so now we have the opportunity to really, really educate people and invest in people. So I've bumped my head a lot. I've paid a lot of dues. I made a lot of mistakes. And so we decided as an organization and an affiliate of the PPA that if we were really going to help people not make those same mistakes, we were going to need to partner with people, with organizations, and with entities that would really and truly help us to become professional photographers. All right, everybody point together, right? On the count of three, say rock that. 1, 2, 3, rock that! Cool. Rock that money. So listen, in a little bit, we're gonna invite up PPA, but I just want to go through some of our core benefits of membership, right? And some of the things that we decided to outline, all right? One of those is CPP mentorship. And one of the things that we want to do is push people to a standard of professionalism. And a lot of the people that we deal with are just starting in the industry and have no clue of what that means, right? You all buy your first camera. Some of you all are excited because you went to Costco and you got that Christmas sale on that camera kit, and it came with like 18 lenses and your camera body, and you got it for $400, and you like, oh shoot, we own now, right? And so what we want to do is start to push people towards a standard of professionalism. So we offer CPP mentorship and mentorship training, and it's a 6-week program. And Michael South, where is he? He is our other vice president. Everybody look at Michael South. Yes. Mike is one of our certified professional photographers, and he teaches the CPP training mentorship class. It is a 6-week course where you go through training, and it gets you ready to take the test for CPP. All right. So those are one of the benefits that we offer. It's on a Zoom video platform. Anybody familiar with Zoom? Right. And so it's a video business conferencing platform that we use often. We also do education every month, and it helps you in preparation for test taking and image submission. So I would tell anybody, if you're interested in that, please see Mike in the back. Is that okay? Our benefits from key partnerships, and we are still developing these because we are a year old. We have exclusive discounts and codes to industry vendors like Miller's Lab. Miller's Lab is a great sponsor of ours, right? Westcott, PhotoBiz, Fundy, 17 Hats. They will also be becoming vendor members, in which case we will have exclusive deals that only members of MAPP will get, right? And so as you become a member and you get into the members only area, these things will be available to you. Exclusive pricing for healthcare. Now listen, I really want to get into this because this is extremely important and I think a main part of why we exist, all right? Those that decide or are thinking about going in as full-time photographers, somebody say full-time. Full-time. Right? You are not just a photographer. How many people in their neighborhood, wherever you're from, you just the photo man, the photo woman? You hear from people, all I need is a couple pictures, right? But really, what you are is an entrepreneur, right? And you take risk. And if anybody is going to think about doing anything full-time, you still need to do things like take care of your family. You need health benefits, right? So what we have innovated is a partnership with a direct primary care where you can get health care at phenomenally low rates, right? And so if somebody is serious about going into photography full-time, we have partnered with somebody where you can get like healthcare benefits. See, a real doctor. This ain't like the doctor up the street. He didn't graduate from community college, or you know what I mean? He's not, ain't an associate's degree doctor. He's a real authentic PhD doctor, graduate. And what it is a program that cuts out the middleman. And so you can get healthcare for as low as $49 a month, where you can see your doctor. Unbelievable savings on medications and prescriptions and things like that, all right? Which is what we want to do. And it's in Michigan right now, but there are over 800 direct primary care facilities in the nation that we are currently working on partnering with. And also, B2B pricing for dental care membership from North Oaks Dental. Once again, that's in Michigan because we're stationed in Michigan. It'll take a little bit longer to start to partner with dental offices in other states, but we are starting that process, all right? That makes sense? Rock that? And so Plum Health is just one of them that's in Michigan, but these are direct primary care. And direct primary care, if you know nothing about it, cuts out the middleman. And so insurance companies charge you a huge premium in order to be insured. But here in direct primary care, you can actually go see a doctor and not worry about the middleman, which is a great savings, all right? So if anybody's interested in that and wants to talk with me more about that, come holler at me, right? So now, because we partner with a dental office, there is a special package just for our members, which gets you a dental exam, an x-ray, and a cleaning for $59, right? I don't know if that's a good deal for y'all, or where you from. Maybe you'd be like, Sean, I can get that for $39, that's nothing. All right, well, fine. Where I'm from, money. It's a great deal. So what we're also doing is, because we know all members are not in Michigan, we're working on having them actually do exams and cleanings at the Rock That conference, which takes place in July, okay? So if there's anybody who needs to actually service their dental needs, right? And you've been having a tooth hurt and all that stuff, right? And you haven't had insurance, we're trying to make that happen for the Rock That conference. Is that okay? Very cool. Professional Photographers of America, what is their commitment to diversity? And at this moment, I would like to bring up Miss Stephanie, who is one of the education leads for the Professional Photographers of America. Would you give her a big round of applause as she comes forward? All right.
Hey.
Rock that.
How you guys doing? All right, thank you for having me.
Yes.
So, as Sean said, my name is Stephanie Brown. I just started with PPA in October as their first ever knowledge coordinator. So I work directly with Angela Kirkian, which we all know and love, and we're buddies. And what we have been doing is we're working on reimagining education at PPA. And one of the biggest parts of my role is looking at how education touches all the other departments within PPA, how we can have more cohesive messaging, and how we can really diversify the approach to education. By that, the track that you're on, you know, moving from just wedding and portraiture and having more specific tracks that you can actually follow. Everybody learns differently. We want to make sure that we're providing educational opportunities that speak to all of your different learning styles. Also, that reflects in seeing yourself as well. So the instructors and who it is that's teaching you, are you seeing yourself in those people, and are you seeing your business in those people as well? Let's see what else I want to share. So we're also wanting to get more granular. So for those of you who are PPA members, okay. So as you know right now on our website, however you've interacted with our education, we're wanting to get more granular with how it is you can search and learn. We've got thousands and thousands of videos, and we're looking at more innovative ways for you to access those videos, find exactly what you're looking for, but also opportunities for you to give us feedback as well. Did you find what you were looking for? Was there something missing? So that we can fill your knowledge gaps, and at the same time you're filling our knowledge gaps as well.
Rock that. Money. Good stuff. Good stuff. So let me ask you a question, because we talked about this. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. So with education that's coming, and you said specifically, was it online education?
Yes. So there's two. So there's online, and then Super One Days are our in-person.
Okay. And there is a move forward for. Can you talk to me about just a little bit about the diversity aspect of that? Just your thoughts.
Sure. So right now, a lot of our education, you know, we had the merge with PhotoVision, so we've got all of the PhotoVision videos, and then the videos that we had, with from PPA with Angela. So Angela and I, obviously, we've looked at those videos and we've identified how very white and very male all of those videos are, and we're always in
get that out of here.
You think? So obviously, me, young, black, 26-year-old woman, also a photographer, I'm also looking to see myself as well in who it is that I'm learning from, and seeing my own personal career path. So we're always in constant dialogue about how we can get more diverse instructors and diversify not just the instructors that are providing it, but how it is that they're providing it in the videos.
Rock that. Money. So that means before every video, there's a rock that montage they do before. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Right? Very cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Give Stephanie a round. Yes, Stephanie, they would like to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Money?
Always ready.
So let's say that someone is interested in teaching a course. How would they go about contacting you? You know, would we reach out to you guys to say, hey, I think I'm qualified and I'd like to begin teaching courses and get involved so that people can see my face? Do we reach out to you or Angela, or how does it work?
So that's an awesome question. So there's a couple ways. Did everybody hear her question? Okay, so she's asking if she herself is qualified or if she knows someone who's qualified and would like to offer teaching a class, who should she notify? So Super One Day is one way that you can do that, right? And we're familiar with how Super One Day works. But in terms of no? Okay, so Super One Day, if you go to PPA's website, Super One Day is one of the in-person learning opportunities where you can sign up to teach a course in your own community. And then we will advertise that on our PPA site. So that's something that happens every year that you can sign up for.
Now, hold on, I know you're gonna finish your question.
Yes.
So piggybacking on that, real quick. So, can you answer the question of qualification, right? Because what we don't wanna do is set y'all up, y'all like, cool, I could teach a course, right? You just bought your kit camera, you know, and your 18 kit lenses, and then you're like, I'm gonna do me a Super One Day, right? So, can we qualified?
Qualified,
So
or
what is
define
qualifications, right? What are some of the qualifications that you always say that a person needs in order to teach a one day, or they?
To teach a Super One Day?
Yes.
Well, it is a part of some of the certification processes as well. And I can't outline line by line what those qualifications are, but it is listed on the website during your application process. So just going through the application process alone, you would be able to identify, oh, I'm not ready for that yet. Or, oh, I've got something in mind, let me submit it. And people submit things all the time, and then we'll give you feedback. Be like, oh, this is a great idea, but maybe it's missing this, this, and this. Does that help? Did you have something?
No, I'm one of the Super One Day class.
Oh, great.
Kind of let everyone know. Pretty much what I've done, a partner of mine, Kenny Epps, we submitted our application into PPA and, give them the description of what you'll teach. And then you'll teach either in the studio or in a location in your area. And then you have, different people that come in to teach. They come to be students in the class, and we give a program from 6.5 hours. So that's one way of teaching.
So, as far as your question goes on, when it comes to speakers, not so much the one-day side of things, but here at Imaging, through committee, there's really kind of two separate sides of it. There's the PPA side of it that, Stephanie? Did I get her name right, Stephanie? Like Stephanie and Angela are gonna get those people, it's gonna come in front of us, they're gonna hear it from their side of things. And then there's me and Sean and our committee that hear it from whether we see it or you guys tell us or you go through that application process. So if you know somebody, and me and Sean have been talking quite a bit, especially on the diversity side of things, trying to make it less white. I'm really blunt, by the way, and I feel, and less male. Yep, we've had a lot of talks about that. So
God.
for you guys, I like. Yeah, hey, switch your turn. If you guys know people, obviously of any race, I think a big help, and that's what I wanted to touch on, is I just want you guys to get a hold of either me or Sean or PPA so that those people can get in front of us. Because we talked a few days ago, I don't know that many, right? So I need your guys' help, and without you guys, we can't make that better. So I just wanted to touch on that.
Rock that. And we never finished answering her question, and I, to be honest with you, forgot. Remember? Okay, rock.
So I feel like he kind of answered for, go ahead.
Yeah, because I did submit for the, to teach a Super One Day, but, so I was kind of waiting. I guess I'll reach out to you so I can understand the process. How long does it take to get a response? When should I expect a response? Those type of things. So I'll reach out to you.
For sure, and I'll totally be, my email is sbrown@ppa.com. You are welcome to email me at any time with any questions, or if you send something, just like, hey, I didn't hear back, feel free to email me and I'm happy to answer any of those questions. But a lot of the videos that we use do come from these speaker selection guys, or people here at Imaging who speak at Imaging, we might reach back out to them. So much of it is word of mouth and just referring. So if you know anyone, it's helpful just to share.
So I have a question. So when you do
Okay, so hold on a second. So now I feel like we get ready to go off This whole meeting could be, see, look.
It's not, it's on topic.
It's on,
I promise.
no, it is on topic, it is. But I feel like this whole meeting could be about, like, yes, that one question. But I'm gonna let you go ahead, and this will be the last one. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Rock that.
Okay, so on like your Super One Day sales or Super One Day sales, Super One Day classes or any form of education, something that I have noticed with people of color, okay, where there are not a lot of places, and I'm even gonna say safe places, where they can teach, and studios that are open. I do have a list of some studios that are in different states, and I'm trying to expand that list. Do you have a list of places that would, like if a photographer she submits a photographer to you, and they approve her for the one day, is there a place for her to go teach?
So, that's an interesting question. Hold on. You said safe space. What did you mean by that?
Well,
No, I mean,
for real? Like a place where,
Where you don't get robbed.
No, that's not what you mean.
no, it's that it's white and not
What do
safe.
you- what do you mean?
Say.
That it's white and not safe.
Where it's what? It's white and not safe for her to teach?
Yeah. Like, okay, so, I don't,
Yeah, no, it's okay.
No, you good.
okay. Okay, so, there are certain places in studios and certain people that are racist, and I don't think that it's great to like, and they want black money, and I want to make sure that studios are open and giving, and they're actually giving. In that they're like saying, yeah, I'm going to support you, and white people, and I'm bad at this, but like learn how to stay in their lane and know what that means to support and not try to like make additional sales or do something. So like a studio that's a safe space that would genuinely just say, hey, for the day, I'll let you have my space to teach and not take advantage of people.
Yes, so we understand, and thank you for that. I'm going to tell you that happens over time, right? So we're here having a conversation, and that is possibly a conversation that we may need you to advocate on, and may need to take place over a long time, right? Or a period of time, or in a different setting. Does that make sense, right? And so maybe that's you leading that charge with white photographers in an area that you deem to not be as welcoming to us, right? And so maybe there has to be ground broken, right, in order for change to take place. Does that make sense, you all? It is not what you say, it is how you say it. And I'm going to tell you from my own personal experience, the way that I have navigated things here at PPA and everything is that I always create win-win, and I always approach every opportunity and situation positively, right? And I speak life to everything. Does that make sense? You feel me? And so thank you for that. We appreciate that, right? But we know racism ain't nothing new. You know what I mean? And so I hear your passion. Let's keep working on that, right?
I'll reach out to her, Sean, because that was one of my things when I decided to sign up to teach, was where was I going to teach. So on behalf of MAPP, I'll reach out to her, see if we can put together a list that MAPP members can use to reach out to people.
That's what I'm talking. We got any other white members with studios y'all want to? Right that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Right that. Was that it, Stephanie? Thank you so much. Were there any other questions for Stephanie? Right, we are going to move on. Thank you all for that. See, this is good. Is this not good stuff? Right? Rock that, money. You have a question? What's your question?
Is there a separate MAPP membership, or is it the?
Then, yes, it is.
Okay.
It is. Yeah, we'll get into that. All right, cool. Man, y'all rock. All right, so here we go. So this is PPA supports our conference, and so we have the Rock That Photography Conference and Trade Show as a part of the Multicultural Association of Professional Photographers. PPA has been there since the beginning, and so they come and they set up a booth at our trade show, right? And that's Julia Boyd, who is Director of Certification in Jordan. I think Jordan's moved on. And then there's President Stephen Temper. Guess who that is right there? Rock that one. Audrey Wood. Right? And so they support us greatly. So what's happening? Just for us personally, they sponsor our opening reception every year at the Rock Photography Conference and Trade Show. So that's a reception the day that the conference starts. There is food and everybody gets together and there's music and there's a room and there's all of that stuff. PPA sponsors that for the past 3 years. Past 3 years, presidents have been fully supportive and engaged. PPA photo education, being innovative. We just talked about that. Conversations. Now, this is something that me and Troy have talked about, and we've also talked with Angela Kirkian, Director of Education. We are in conversations right now of minimum percentages for diversity among speakers. All right? So that is something that we want to kind of see. And so I'm on Speaker Selection Committee, and I'll be honest, I'm the only man of color. I'm the only black man there, right? And so people tend to pick who they know. You understand me? It's not a racist thing. People pick who they're used to and they know. Right? And if a white person in their circles have no black people, right? They pick who they know. It's not racism. It's just, it is what it is, right? And so if you look this year, there are probably about 100 speakers, 96 speakers or something like that. There may be 3 or 4 speakers of color, right? And so what we're currently talking about now is minimum percentages, right? So that those numbers increase, okay? Rock that? Money bring the pain. That's what I'm talking about.
Benefit percentages of women.
Money. I can't wait till it. It's a certain point I'm going to get here. So now I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be honest, right? I'm a black man working for diversity, right, and working hard. No, I want you to, because I really actually appreciate you putting pressure on me, right? So Audrey Willard is probably the only black woman speaking on world stages right now, right? And at our conference, I have Audrey speak every year. And she's the only black woman. And Audrey has been on me like, Sean, we need some more women of color speaking. What's up? I'm like, Audrey, I hear you, but not at the expense of quality, right? And so I'm all about having people of color and putting you all out there, but not at the expense of excellence. Do y'all hear me? Right? And so me and Audrey go back and forth. Like Audrey be like, Sean, listen, I'm the only black woman. What is she doing? I'll be like, Audrey, I know you the only black woman because you money. I'm not putting nobody else up here, right? And so she suggested some people to me. Yes, I got money.
Thank you, Troy.
This lovely lady back here with the pink hair.
Stand up.
That's gonna happen. Is that hard? It's gonna happen. So look here.
Creative soul. You all know
So
creative soul.
stand up. Yes! Stand up, Tom. Yes! Hold on. Don't sit down. Stand up, Tom. Stand up, Tom. Now, check this out. Can you hear me? Turn my mic up. Stand up. Now, I've spoken with Karen. Now, is your husband here? Yes. Where's your husband? He in the back. Come on, brother. We got to see you in the light. We got to see you in the light, my brother. Regis and Karen. So now, look, we ain't solidified nothing, right? Y'all speaking at the Rock That Conference this year. Not unless y'all come at me talking about some brother, you got to run that check. No, I'm joking, right? But listen, give them a round of, their work is absolutely amazing. They are speaking at the Rock That Conference this year. And so, yes, give them a round of applause, all right? All right? Yes, rock that money. Bring the pain, yo.
Okay, I'm quiet. I'm done.
No, we're not done. We're not done. But here's the deal. You need gentle pressure like that, right? To keep going. And here's the deal. I don't know everything, right? And I'm biased to how I view things, right? And so I have such a stint on making sure that we don't put out junk, because you got to understand that even as people of color, we are judged by everything, right? And because of what it costs to get to where we are or where I am, right? I am very cognizant of not just putting anything out. Does that make sense? Right? The other thing is that I really believe in you all. And because I want to serve you all well, I do not and I will not ever put junk before you. I will vet everything. I curate everything, right? And so I take time to get to know people and know who they are, because it's not just about photography education. I gotta make sure people don't take advantage of you. And I have to make sure people cover you. Right, y'all feel me? Yeah. Rock that. So no, but this is good, right? It's good to have people in your corner who are good at what they do and put pressure on you, right? Because it makes you feel uncomfortable. Rock that money. Bring the pain.